finally have it fixed.
I'm a terrible cameraman.
Oh my god.
So in the wake of discovering that we couldn't do what we had hoped in the dollar house, we decided to move on to all the things we wanted to do on our house the whole time since we bought it. Now, you should know, in case it wasn't obvious, the dollar house is right next door to our house.
8 feet away.
Barely more than 8 feet away. And that was kind of the whole deal. So anyway, bottom line, we're going to start making our house look the way we want, and our advice to everyone buying a house is buy a fixer-upper, because you're going to buy a fixer-upper anyway.
Unless it's brand new.
Yeah, if you're buying a new house. So we are going to start the joining of the tiniest kitchen in America to the dining room, and then some other things, but you're just going to be on the journey with us, and hopefully it's as entertaining as
Thanks for watching
the dollar house.
You will notice I do not have a hat on because it is like hell in here. It is very hot, and we have been so used to being like freezing cold that now there is heat in this area.
We have a super high efficiency furnace that is no joke in this house.
Dries paint in 10 minutes.
Right. So we are we
have to discover.
We have to figure out what to do with a couple of these walls, because we know that a lot of the plumbing and the electrical wiring goes through one of these really thick walls. We've cleared half of the, we've cleared most of the furniture out of the room, and we're working on one wall, which is over here, and you're going to watch us tear down some horrible paneling and some ugly drop ceiling.
This is really cool.
This is really cool. There is a sticker on the stack that goes down to the basement. Right here. Hold on. I'm gonna get close enough if you can see it. Right there, it says it's
Department of Buildings.
Charles R. We don't know.
Smith Heil. He was German.
And it was inspected in 1913. And they had reused 1912 stickers because he marked out 1912 but 1913. So we know that's when the house was built. So we have to replace this for the reasons.
It actually looks like it's in pretty good shape, but you saw what happened in the other place where there was like this much a gap, and I don't want that to happen here.
Bad.
So
whether we replace this or not is still like the question, but what we have to do is, what we had to do was decide what was going on with this wall, which we discover not much. This is the vent going up to the bathroom. Will, guess where you're not?
Where?
In the video! So, that's the vent.
That is the vent that is going to the bathroom.
So that's the vent going up to the bathroom, and the pipe that you can't see right here is the other vent. And then there is
the
copper
drain. The other drain vent thing.
And then there's copper plumbing right behind it. And what we want to do is remove this wall out to about 2 feet, which will come right to here, which is very exciting. So we remove this wall that goes between what is now the dining room and living room, except this will be the kitchen and that will be the dining room. Good news.
Okay. So,
what are we okaying?
I was gonna go hit that too. Okay, so you know in the other house how we were talking about how you know if something's a support wall?
Now this is not necessarily the only way, and I'm sure it's not the most scientific way, but it's a pretty clear way.
Yeah, you don't want to have to rip the whole thing down and then hit something, but
listen. That ain't holding nothing. Now, the difference is this is actually not holding anything, but because of the way it's supported, listen. Holding something.
That
not holding nothing. We found a newspaper. August, oh, can you see it? August 15th, 1965 was when these walls were closed up. Kind of exciting.
news or do you want the bad news? The good news is that there is no, it's kind of good and bad.
There's no plaster up there.
Up here, so we don't have to rip it down, which is awesome.
Really good news.
Less dusty for sure.
Yeah. And this, you can see right here, is our rickety patch job.
Oh, that was rough. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that night.
It was really bad. Water everywhere, stinky water, more importantly. So all of that is on our list to completely replace because it's shit.
And what we're going to do, instead of replacing it here, we may put an access here.
Yeah.
But we're, when we redo the bathroom upstairs, we're going to build a platform so that it all drains properly.
The problem with it right now is that it drains very
flat.
And
water sits on flat surface.
Half the time it's not even flat, it's like bowed.
Right.
It's really bad.
Right.
But more importantly, we have a 13-foot ceiling in the bathroom upstairs because it's in the dormer. So we're going to raise the bathroom up a foot so that we get the proper slope. But in the meantime, this is good news, and that is that most of the plaster is already down, so it's going to be less of a mess. We got to go back to work.
Have seen a near-death experience.
He was standing in the wrong place when I had a sledgehammer in my hand, and yet again, I let go of the sledgehammer.
He threw it across the room, and guess what happened?
It
hit my thumb. Hit my thumb, and then my arm.
I took the 5-pound sledgehammer, went wham, and
Thank
hit
God it
Will.
was only the 5-pound.
Yeah, not the 25.
Okay, so what we've discovered in our discovery day,
none of these beams
support anything.
Touch the ceiling or the floor or anything
Well,
else.
they do, but they are not underneath a joist.
Yeah.
So they don't support anything.
Yeah.
And what we discovered, which we knew, kinda, is that this wall over here is the support wall. So the joists run this way, and there are 2 boards sandwiched right here that this wall, these trusses, are holding up. So we knew that, but when we so what we have to do before we take this wall down is build a support wall to make sure we hold everything up and the whole house doesn't fall down.
Right, so we have to build a temporary support wall over here
so that we can get
to hold everything up while we get it out, and then put the permanent 12 by 12 3 sandwiched across,
right,
holding up the floor and then carrying the load straight down. So that's what we have to do. But first, we're going to get rid of a significant portion of this wall and take it back to there plus a 2x4.
Yeah, sandwich these together this way, and because when we do that, then this will be a good 24 inches.
It'll be about 28 by the time we're done.
Yeah, so instead of 20, which is what it is kind of now, then we'll have a little bit more even number for like,
we're gonna keep
2 feet sections.
2 feet sections, right? So we're gonna keep working.
This is the part of the renovation process that I hate. But how cool does this look? If you go from the front door, look, you can see all the way in. And it's a great open concept. That ceiling will come down. It looks awesome. But it is a mess. A mess, a mess, a mess. Started. Don't yell at me. So today you have witnessed a murder, almost. How to get away with murder.
I tried to kill him with a sledgehammer.
You tried to kill me with a sledgehammer. Look, my thumb. See it? It doesn't look too bad, but it does hurt a little bit.
I'm making his leather chair so slippery that he's gonna shoot into the floor
Shoot
every time
straight off of it. The bad part about the old renovation in the place that you live, as I said before, is that it is dusty, dusty, dusty.
So, you're a horrible cameraman too. You weren't even in the frame. See?
How to get away with murder. You're about to see. You're about to see. Okay, so what we did today, we accomplished our goal for today. We have cut this wall out completely, except for 2 feet, well, a little bit over 2 feet on either side, just in case there was a question of support. However, I am pretty sure there is not. We had to leave this because of all the stuff that's in the wall. Which we knew. And we talked about that earlier. And this over here, we left so that we can run all of our electric lines and things like that over there. For the lights in the room and, you know, all kinds of things like that. So.
And everything came out way better.
Way easier than we thought.
Look how dirty he is.
I am very dirty. I have to go teach
clean.
now.
I'm clean as a whistle. So everything came out easier and smoother than we thought, which is good. And
Except for my thumb.
Except for Will's thumb. And now we just have to clean up and decide step number 2.